When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
This episode is brought to you by McAfee.
Finish your fantasy lineup?
No, but I'm joining this paid group chat with insider info.
Dude, seriously? Forward it to me. Security alert from McAfee. That group's as legit as that knockoff jersey you're wearing.
McAfee's scam detector is available in all McAfee plans for as little as $39.99 for your first year. Learn more at McAfee.com/online protection.
Every Who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one Who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and no prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the protection of an offensive guard on the football field, but getting an elementary school crossing guard. Sure, they're both guards, but you can only trust one to keep your quarterback safe when the game is on the line. So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Here's my 30-second story with Guinness. As soon as my sister and I get home for the holidays, we don't even unpack. We head straight to our pub. The bartender already knows our order, Guinness and fries. We laugh all night, catch up with old friends, and walk home with faces sore from smiling. It's one of my favorite nights of the year. That was my 30-second story with Guinness.
Guinness Draft Stout. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by Diageo Beer Company, USA, New York, New York.
Sports are a lot of opinions. It's a matter of perspective on how you break things down. But you know what's not a matter of perspective? That the Eagles are NFC East champions again, back-to-back years. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, jointly here on the Eagles Pinpull Podcast Network and, of course, the STT Sports Network on YouTube. Guys, wherever you're watching, whichever platform you're watching, audio, video, YouTube, anywhere, make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing, following all the great platforms out there in Philadelphia, not just even these two platforms that I do work with. Like them all, share them all, turn the dial down, turn up the great content creators, because why not? Don't complain about what's on the radio if you choose not to find an alternative. Guys, I'm Phil Stiefel. The Eagles won on Saturday 29-18, beating the Washington Commanders and locking up their second straight NFC East championship. Something that hasn't been done in over 20 years, winning the division back-to-back. That's just the way this NFC East always is. It always comes down to the wire. It always is great, but realistically speaking, this year the NFC East was complete dumpster fire for whatever reasons, except for the Eagles. Even the Eagles had their problems. But, you know, it's funny. And Saquon Barkley, after the game, spoke after they won. It's funny. We've had moments this season where we're not doing this, we're not doing that. We just won the NFC East championship, the division, back-to-back, something that's not been done in a long time. It's funny. It all depends on perspective you can have. We're right where we want to be, end quote. And the Eagles are right where they want to be, 10-5 in the 3 seat in the NFC with a chance to get to the 2 seat. We've won our division. The playoffs are upon us. Now we just have to find out. How did we win the game? Obviously, the Eagles game did not start off well. Eagles received the opening kick, and Will Shipley fumbled the opening kick, giving the Commanders ball in great field position. Our elite defense was able to hold them to a field goal there, and then the Eagles offense took over for the rest of the game, and it was never a close game. I know at parts of the game it felt a little sketchy to some, but really there was no scenario where this game was going to turn out any differently than an Eagles victory. Jalen Hurts had a phenomenal game, another 110-plus quarterback rating. He was 22 of 30, 185 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked twice. His rating was 111.1 to be exact. Saquon Barkley got it going on the ground, had 21 carries for 132 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Hurts rushed for 40 yards. Tank Bigsby rushed for 37 and a touchdown. We rushed for over 200 yards on Saturday night and 2 touchdowns as a team. And that's taken into account the -2 yards that Tanner McKee got for laying down or kneeling down at the end of the game. A.J. Brown had another big game, 9 catches, 95 yards. Devontae Smith had another touchdown. So did Dallas Goedert, getting Dallas Goedert to 10 tutties on the season. Even Jahan Dotson had a couple catches in the game. So offensively speaking, we moved the ball at will against an okay Washington Commanders defense. Still a defense and a team that was playing for pride against their division rival. It is what it is. There were some questions from the game. Defensively speaking, early in the game, our run defense. I know the final numbers, 26 carries, 90 yards for a 3.5-yard average. Sounds good for the Eagles defense. They did give up 2 rushing touchdowns in the game as well. But early in the game, it wasn't going well. We were still giving up some pretty big chunk yards. So run defense is still a concern. There's a good chance we face the San Francisco 49ers in the first round of the playoffs. And that's going to be a bad matchup. That's going to be a tough matchup, I should say, stopping Christian McCaffrey. If we had to play Seattle in the playoffs with their dual threat at the running attack, that's going to be a problem. The Rams with Kyron Williams. There's a lot of really strong running teams in the NFC. So we've got to get that right. Jalen Carter is on the mend. But on the flip side of the equation, Nakobe Dean did get hurt defensively speaking in the game. They're calling it a hamstring. They're calling it not serious. But if you've been following my work for any amount of time over the last 5 to 6 years, you know the thing in sports in general that I fear injury-wise the most is hamstring injuries because they linger. They just linger around way too long. We've seen that this year with A.J. Brown's hamstring lingering for the entire season for the most part. So we've got 2 weeks left. The question comes up with one of those things. Do you rest your players or do you not? Do you play for the 2 seat? You would need the Bears to lose out. And they've got Detroit in week 18. And I'm losing my train of thought. The 49ers in next week. So tough 2 games for the Bears. But will they win at least one of them? Probably. We would have to win out. They would have to lose out for us to have a chance at that 2 seat. I'm in the boat where I'm resting Nakobe Dean till the playoffs. I'm considering not playing Jalen Carter the next 2 weeks, defensively speaking. The Eagles' defense has actually performed really well in his absence because Jalen Carter's been playing hurt since day 1 this year. The quartet of Moro Jomo, this is from Jimmy Kempski, Jordan Davis, Byron Young, and Brandon Graham have combined in the 3-game absence of Jalen Carter to have 39 tackles, 8 sacks, 9 tackles for a loss, and 10 quarterback hits. Those 4 guys not having Jalen Carter, which you would think would struggle, but they've actually played really well, and the defense has played well because you don't got a guy out there trying to give 100%, but his body's only allowing 60% to go out there. So get him 100% healthy. Jalen Carter's a beast. He doesn't need time to work off the rust, and that goes to Lane Johnson as well. Fred Johnson's only given up 1 sack, I believe, in the time filling in for Lane Johnson, and we've won 2 of the 3 games that Lane Johnson's missed. So let Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson's a Hall of Famer, first ballot guy. He doesn't need to work the rust off. So that's part 1 of the equation there. I'm resting the guys. I'm going to let them go. There's another big problem that came out of the game on Saturday night, and that's Jakey, Missy Elliott missed 2 more field goals. Actually, technically, he missed 3. Unofficially, he missed 3, but one of them had a penalty on it. It is what it is. They went for 2-point conversion at the end of the game instead of kicking an extra point. And I know Dan Quinn and the Commanders think we were running up the score. I think there's something wrong in the mind or the body of Jake Elliott, and the confidence just isn't there from Nick Sirianni on their kicker. So I don't know what you do. Jake Elliott is a Super Bowl champion. He's a guy that's made so many clutch kicks in his career, but he is in a stretch the last 4 or 5 weeks. He's missed 4 or 5 kicks in the last couple of weeks. 2 on Sunday. It's just not good situation right now. Now, will the Eagles bring somebody else in? You got to at least think about it, right? You got to at least consider it. Special teams in general has been bad. Michael Clay, you've got to consider, what you do with him as well. Coverage teams have not been great this year. Punt and kick returning. Punt returning's gotten better since they finally brought up Britton Covey, which why he wasn't doing it all year, I don't know. We've rotated guys into the back, into the kick return, and they all seem to struggle. So something's got to give with special teams overall. It would break my heart if the Eagles lose in the playoffs because of special teams, because it's just so easily controlled and so easily fixable. Now, I don't know if you bring somebody else in to compete with Jake Elliott. I don't know if you just hope he figures it out like he has in the past. It's not the first time in his career he has struggled, but I think it's an interesting thing to think about and look forward to over the next week as we get set for Buffalo next Sunday afternoon, who just, as I'm recording this, just finished wrapping up a victory over the Cleveland Browns. We'll see. But there are my concerns. Getting our guys healthy and figuring out special teams. The rest of it, my eyes tell me that this Eagles defense and the offense for the last 3 weeks, not 2 weeks. I know they were on a 2-game winning streak. Even the Chargers game, we've turned a page. Even Kevin Patullo, and we're going to talk a lot this week about Kevin Patullo. Even Kevin Patullo has looked better calling plays. Even in the game we lost to the Chargers, despite the turnovers, things have been actually starting to turn around for this team. The future's bright. It's all a matter of perspective, though. Everybody have a great day. Go Birds! We're NFC East champions! Again! Bubbles up.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best-fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
Abercrombie Kids is bringing the cheer all holiday season and the gifts too. No matter how long their wish list is, there's always room for just one more. Whether it's a new winter coat, an extra pair of jeans, or cozy matching sweat sets, get gifting with looks they've been waiting for all year. Shop Abercrombie Kids in the app, online, and in stores.
Good morning, Crust. It's a great day to be a bread brother.
Ugh, mornings are not my jam. Or jelly.
Oh, come on. Stop loafing around.
I just woke up feeling hollow inside.
Just grab one of the new Morning Uncrustables sandwiches, like Bright-Eyed Berry or Up and Apple, filled with 12 grams of protein and tons of deliciousness. Crust, what are you eating?
It's just granola, not even yogurt.
No crust, no fuss. Uncrust your mornings.
Disney's Lilo and Stitch has finally landed on Disney+. Now you can watch the global phenomenon at home with your Ohana.
Be good for 1 second.
Lilo and Stitch is verified hot on Rotten Tomatoes with an audience score of 93%.
Perfect.
Stitch is also cute and fluffy.
Disney's Lilo and Stitch, rated PG, now streaming on Disney+. And right now, you can get Disney+, Hulu, and all of ESPN with an incredible limited-time offer. Terms apply.
Don't chew on that, Max.
Cooper loves that shoe too.
Oh, now he's into Cooper's food. Wow, he is loving it. What do you feed Cooper?
Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula. He never leaves a crumb. I love it because it's made with high-quality protein, nutrient-rich fruits and veggies, and wholesome whole grains.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.